I would be very careful about buying equities at the moment, given that Chinese data out today, retail sales weaker than previously, rolling over to the downside. Everyone was expecting a big improvement. Industrial investment numbers were weaker than expected. Every number was pretty much weaker than expected, which isn't, of course, very good. Also, we're seeing property prices in China have their biggest decline in years. That's going to worry Chinese investors across all asset markets. It also should be of concern to anyone who's currently long the Australian dollar, because it does suggest weaker demand for our exports, mineral exports going forward. So I'd watch for New York hedge funds to kind of pounce on that if they see any further upside in the Aussie, a drift from the last sort of day or two. They might be waiting in the wings to really trounce that. So I'd keep an eye out on that. I do think oil can drift higher over coming weeks as people feel, I think incorrectly, that inflation has peaked. It means that there's less political pressure to keep the oil price down, which allows the oil buyers to come back into the market. Gold, I think, is bid above 1785, could slip to 1760, but overall, once it breaks 1809, is probably on its way to $2,000, even $2,500. Not overnight. It will take a long time, but it seems to have had a good run up over the last 4 weeks. We'll do some consolidation here for a week or two, but the dominant risk is at all times to the upside for gold. Maybe that was a slip I should pay attention to. On the equities front, equity markets look a little bit tired on the day. They've tried to kick on, but it hasn't really worked out. The Australian market obviously has to absorb what just happened with Chinese data. We've got some interesting things happening this week, but really I'm seeing a very mixed at best bag on economic data, and probably it's a lot weaker than most people are perceiving. And we've just had the announcement today that Germany will be really putting a rationing criteria on office buildings across Germany. So basically any office building in Germany going forward can only turn its thermostat during winter up to a specific temperature to moderate the use of energy. So there are going to be real challenges ahead, and that's just the beginning. We expect the UK and other countries across Europe to adopt similar measures, but those measures will become a lot more harsh than that. So Europe's still facing a significant energy crisis, likely to go into deep recession. The US already in recession, except for the employment data, but we've discussed that before. And Australia is just living on borrowed time, thinking everything will be okay. So be very careful about getting too enthusiastic and involved with the recent stock market rally near the top, which is what I think it is. Have a great day, everyone. All the very best. Clifford.